Welcome into KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates and brought to you by Modern Missionary, as we have, well, a non-region interclassification special for you. The 1-0 Westlake Thunder on the road to take on the 1-0 Alta Hawks. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Pleased to be joined by Moose Bingham. Moose, we got a pair of teams, started the year off well. New coaching staff at Westlake, familiarity at Alta, going head-to-head here in Week 2.
The way I see this game, it's really a battle of the undefeateds.
Really,
they're both 1-0. They've never lost in the year of our Lord 2023, and they're both raring to go. There's some amazing athletes on both sides. I'm excited especially to watch Graham Maele, the linebacker. I had him rated as the number 1 linebacker in the entire state, regardless of classification, and he's an absolute monster. Lenny Lapuaho as well, number 77 out there, getting his guys raring to go. That is a kid that's an absolute stud, and if you've ever heard of the Lapuaho name, which if you've been on our show, you definitely have, he has cousins all throughout the state, playing for Utah, BYU, a coach at Nevada. But the Lapuaho name is big, and it's just fun to see Alema Teo and Coach Ale, 2 Polynesian stalwart human beings that are just amazing mentors for these young men. I'm excited to see this game and see how it unfolds.
Well, that's fine if you want to talk about the big men, but let's talk about the quarterback, shall we? The Alta Hawks coming in. They've got an experienced junior in Matt McKay, 6'2", 198. He completed nearly 60% of his passes in the season opening win. But look, he had a phenomenal year last year, and he's back for Alta in this offense here in 2023.
Yeah, Matt McKay is an absolute stud. It was funny last year because it seemed like they got down to their 5th-string quarterback at one point, and it happened to be Matt McKay, and they're like, hey, we got something going. Whoever those other 4 were, let's forget about them, but Matt McKay is going to be rolling. And he's got some amazing targets. Jackson Toala, he has offers to Oregon, to all over the country, BYU, Utah, and he's just a sophomore. It's going to be really interesting to see what he does. And there's a couple other receivers that are absolute dogs.
Well, and we'll get to see that offense first as Alta set to receive the opening kickoff. It's on the turf, scooped up, and we're underway here from Alta High School. Fielded by one of the up backs up to the 34-yard line. And this is where we'll see McKay and that offense come out. Westlake wearing the white and baby blues. And we'll have a chance, Moose, to see your top-rated linebacker in Graham Maele wearing number 2 today for Westlake.
Yes, that opening kickoff makes me so frustrated. But the reason they did that, they're going into the wind. That middle squib kick tries to keep it away and tries to keep the limitation of getting a big chunk yardage play right there out the gate. And they did pretty good covering that from Westlake.
My apologies. I was looking at the wrong roster. We'll see Graham when Alta goes on defense. Hey, Alta in the shotgun on first down, on the ground, carry up the middle, and that Westlake defense to the task, limiting it for a gain of just 3. Want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times you'll see us stop it early, stop it late, that sort of a thing to keep it trued up with the game clock here in the stadium. This Westlake defense, look, we didn't talk much about Westlake in the open, but got a season opening win. 22-21 in overtime against Weber. Great way to start the year, and we'll see if this defense has anything special for this electric Alta offense here in Week 2. Is showing edge pressure here are the Thunder, and McKay looking over to the boundary here for the call. McKay, pistol formation. And he'll hand off again, and just to the line of scrimmage. Not much more for Anthony Cottis, the senior, brought down for a gain of 2.
Anthony Cottis this last week had well over 100 yards. He was one of our top running backs. The other player that you guys need to watch out for is number 4, Abe Jagger is his name? Jaeger. I always mess it up, but number 4 is an absolute dude for Alta. He's a security blanket. Coming in at 6'2", 175 pounds, Abe is a stud, and he's turning into one of my favorite players in the state.
We'll see if they look at him here on 3rd and a short 5. McKay rolling out of the pocket, trying to buy extra time, looking over the middle, through the fingertips, and incomplete. Intended receiver on the play was Bryant Weber, the 6'1 senior, couldn't haul it in, and Alta will punt.
Yeah, this Westlake defense is no joke. We haven't talked about them, but they're led by Nusi Tamaopeu. Nusi, he's got the juice, in case you were wondering. That's his Twitter handle name. Noose got the juice. And they've got Saleh Fano. They've got Brock Wooten, Daniel Washburn, Ezra Heiner, and Griffin Falmoose. There's some absolute dudes over there on that side of the ball. So I'm not surprised with the 3 and out, but I am surprised with the wristband infraction by our punter, number 26, Brock Russell. Come on, Brock.
I was going to say, I can't make a former punter happy.
No. Should give him 5 yards so he can punt it farther.
Well, we'll still week 2. We'll give him a little bit of leniency there. Out to set to punt here. And this kick is away. Low kick, angled. Going to take a bounce, picked up off the turf and just have to smother. That's a good decision there. And Westlake will come out for their first possession on offense starting at the 20-yard line. So, Moose, we talked about the quarterback for Alta. Hey, for Westlake, first-year starter, Calvin Gagan, the sophomore quarterback, had a good week last week, threw a game-winning a touchdown pass to set up the game-winning 2-point play with inside of 2 minutes to go. This young man has got a high ceiling.
Well, what I love about this Westlake team, they're young and they're hungry. They want to get after it. They've got a great coach. They've got great things going. But I'm excited to see who steps up this year for them and who's going to be absolutely dominant for them in the next few years.
Pistol formation here for the Thunder as this one fumbled, and Gagan able to get back on that. Big loss on the play.
Tony Vianuku coming in there, big, strong, almost 250 pounds. But, my goodness, that was a mental error. Got to get that ball in the mesh point, got to get going. And if you're going to pull it, pull it. If you're going to let it go, let it go. If you're going to do neither, better sit on the bench.
I'll tell you one of the things, talking with Westlake before the game, said, what do you think of this Alta offense? They're like, we're more worried about the line of scrimmage right now. They are big up front. And we'll see how Westlake deals with that as on second down, back to the ground here. Nice carry up the middle there on the give. We'll pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards on the run play as that was given to Drake Youngberg, the senior.
They are massive up the middle, and the tip of the spear is Gabe Ofisa. Gabe is a big old boy in there, coming in at, 6'2", 320. He shouldn't be on Alta. He should be playing for the Baltimore Ravens. Woof!
Yeah, that is
Tony Taragusa size coming in right there.
That's a big hawk right there, huh?
Oh, man, that's not a hawk. That's a hog.
3rd and long. About 12 yards to go here for this Westlake offense. 2-by-2 formation. Gagan stepping up in the pocket. Has a little bit of room. Brought down from behind. Good pass rush there. Led by Tuakoi.
Leka Tuakoi. He's the second Tuakoi to go through Alta. His brother went to Independence Community College, and now he's playing at Utah State. But Leka is long. He's 6'3", 205 pounds of just mean aggression coming off that edge. So you're going to see a lot of great edge rushers in this game, and Leka is no slouch.
High punt here. And this one kind of dying. Bit of a wind there. Will fall laterally. And Alta will have good field position here for their second drive as they'll start inside Westlake territory at the 36-yard line. So, Moose, both teams going 3 and out. Second drive here for Alta. Anything you think that Alta maybe tries to do a little bit differently? Tried to establish a run on the first drive.
Well, you've got to get Abe going. You've got to get the passing game going. It's difficult with this wind. It's like Hurricane Hillary is already in Utah, but we're just going to call this Hurricane Hawks in Westlake Thunder because it's been a slow start to the game for both of them. But I think you do have to establish the run with Cotter, and you've got to get the ball to your playmakers. That's Abe Hager.
That was definitely Westlake Thunder before the game. A little delayed on the kickoff because of it. Alta back to the ground. Nice room up the left side. Stood up and threw it. How about that run? Physical from Cottis.
Colton Kirkendall coming in with some speed. He's just got to learn to wrap up. But, man, he had some bad intentions from his safety spot. I love to see a safety that likes to get involved in the run game. Usually if you get to that third level, it's fresh meat, not with him in the backfield.
Alta quickly to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 3 here as McKay looking over. It was interesting. McKay listed at 6'2", 198. He looks bigger than that. I mean, he looks bigger than I was expecting.
Well, everyone looks bigger from here, which is always nice.
And the pads help, right? 2nd and short. McKay running out of time, and he's going to be brought down, able to bring it back to the line, maybe pick up a yard. Nice pass rush there from Westlake.
All I know is that young man has the juice. Who is it? It's number 11, Noose. He's got the juice.
Of course, it's good juice. We want to make that clear, right? In my era of sports, it was the juice was baseball and steroids and all that. It was, so anyway, I just want to clarify that. I'm an old soul. Exactly. Yeah. I had to walk uphill both ways. It was on third down. Alta trying to walk ahead for the first. Physical run. Going to be close. Push back, but I think they did get it. And waiting for the spot. Yes.
Do you know who's quickly becoming one of my favorite safeties in the state? Is Kirkendall. So Colton Kirkendall, Captain Kirkendall, as we might be calling him soon here, he is coming and flying with bad intentions, and he almost stopped that from becoming a first down.
I don't know if you caught our pregame show this year, but I said Westlake was one of my sleepers. That culture is going to change, and you can see there's a lot more heart and energy with this Westlake team. Looking to the end zone, and that's going to be through the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Man, he's showing off his arm, but it didn't quite give him 3 points, even though it went through the posts.
Now, we got to have a rule review or something. I mean, come on.
I'm used to seeing the ball go through the post, and that's a happy day right there, unless you're a quarterback.
Of course, Moose is familiar with these posts. He's a former Hawk kicker.
Oh, Kaka.
Are these the same posts, Moose?
Oh, everything's new. The field's new. The indoor practice facility is new. The coaches are new.
It's the facility that Moose built.
Oh,
We've coined it that.
You're welcome, Alta.
It's not the Hawk's Nest. It's the facility that Moose built. 2nd and 10 here. How about a change here at quarterback? Trying a little wildcat option there. And not much going as Niumetolu, the sophomore, came in for that play.
Yeah, number 13, Sale Fano. And if you're not familiar with the Fano name, you must have been burying your head in the sand for the last few years. He has 2 cousins over at Utah, and he's hoping to follow in their footsteps. But Sale Fano is a big boy coming in at 6'4", 225 pounds. I would not appreciate getting hit by him.
No.
But Alta, they've got to deal with him, and that's why they've got Lapuaho on him all game long.
Behind schedule here, 3rd and 14. Niumetolu going deep, has a man, and couldn't complete it, incomplete. Boy, he was wide open. Westlake fortunate to not get burnt there.
Oh, Jackson Tuala, he's a kid that has more potential in his little finger than I have in my whole body. Has offers all over the country. He's going to want that one back, though.
Boy, tell you what, that one still found a way to the receiver just through the fingertips. And now 4th and 14 from the 30. This is a long field goal. You do have wind at your back. Alta here going to take a timeout as they look to see what they want to do here on 4th down. We will step aside, come back, 4th down, and a decision for the Hawks after this. Welcome back. 5.5 to go here. Opening quarter. No score. Alta Westlake, and it's the Hawk offense staying on the field here on 4th and 14. McKay will be in the shotgun. The Hawks have to get to the 16 to pick up the first.
If I'm the kicker at Alta, I'm fuming on the sidelines right now.
I'm kind of surprised. I mean, if you miss a field goal and it gets in the end zone, it's a touchback. McKay looking over the middle, has a man, intercepted. Picked off on the play, and now a return set up for Taumoepe'u. Up the far sideline to the 40-yard line, brought down by McKay on the 4th down play. It's the interception for Westlake.
Aiden Bayless was the one who got that interception. He's a big old boy coming in, and it's the safety play. I've been high on safeties for Olympus. I've been high on safeties for American Fork, but Westlake is opening my eyes. I need to watch more of the thunder and lightning back there for the Westlake safeties.
So now Westlake will come out, their second possession, starting off the turnover. And this Thunder group also tried to establish a run in the first. And now we've got a late flag coming on here. And this looks like...
Who said what?
I don't know. There appeared to be some small reaction from Alta, and now officials going to come together here and talk. And looking as though they're going to have a quick conversation with Coach Alamateo. How about Coach Teo? Came to Alta, was a program that, Moose, you were here in the glory days, 07, 08, winning state championships. had a bit of a lull there. Coach Teo got it going again. A couple years where he fell back to 500, but, man, it feels like this program's picking up right where it was 4, 5, 6 years ago.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Coach Teo, kids just want to come and play for him. And you'll see that there are some transfers that come in to Alta. I was never experiencing that when I was in high school, but Alema brings kids. He loves them. He's a great mentor to them. I think Alema does it right, and he surrounds himself with the right people. Like, looking down at the sidelines, you can see Jeff Kafusi right there, who had all of his boys go to BYU. You've got so many good kids and good people at Alta. Probably the best place in the state if you want to play football.
So this is interesting. There was a flag. There was no yardage given. Official is holding the ball, but both teams appear to be lined up, so I'm not quite certain what that call was. All seems to be rectified, and we're ready to go here on first down.
Sometimes the officials have to remind us they're in the game as well.
On the ground, looking left side. Nice run there. Looked like could have been bottled up, but keeping those legs churning was Youngberg able to surge ahead for a gain of 5.
Great tackle by Lapuaho right there. Number 77 on the program, number 1 in your hearts. But Lenny is an absolute dog out there, doing it on both sides of the ball.
Back to the ground here, and I think this might be Rasmussen trying that left side, and he's got the first down. Back-to-back carries here for Westlake. Net them 13 and a first. How about the tempo here of the Thunder, too?
Tempo's good, but you better grab your Tostitos because it's getting a little chippy out there.
Well, and we talk about the size of Westlake. How about the size of some of the linemen up front for Westlake? They got some big boys.
Man.
You talking about Tostitos and chips, you betcha. Cutting back inside. Boy, laid the hammer. How about Gabe Ofisi coming in?
Gabe Ofisa, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. You're a big man throwing that 6'2", 320 around. Woo!
Yeah, he doesn't move like he's 320, but he hits like he's 320. Quick snap. Again, they'll try the left side. Good blocking setup. Taking contact and a first down is Landon Rasmussen once again.
You have to try to attack the edges of this Alta defense, run right into the teeth of the beast, but it's like you're running into a brick wall every time. I don't know if you can do this all night long.
Well, and it feels like Westlake feels like they got Alta on their heels because they're right back to the line of scrimmage, ready to go. There's only like 8 seconds to come off once that ball was spotted. Penalty flag here on the play. This will probably disrupt the surge that we've been feeling from the Thunder after the Youngberg carry.
That's the risk of going too high up tempo. You start to forget fundamentals. You might hold a guy. You never know what's going to happen, but I cannot believe that hit by Gabe right there.
Yeah, that was big. Yeah.
I mean, we don't have SportsCenter Top 10, but we do have big plays from KSL.
Yeah, we've got our Rewind Top 5.
That might be Rewind Top 5 right there.
Hear that, Vince? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So this is one of the rule changes this year is you're going to love this, Moose. Enforcement of plays like holding. There's now basically a matrix depending on where it happened and where the result of the play is. I'm still trying to figure it out. We're going to work with our officials to get better clarity there, but that is no longer necessarily a line of scrimmage or a spot foul. There's a scenario that plays out.
So I need an algorithm to figure out where the foul is?
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
We need some chat GPT going on with our refs for me to figure this out.
No, I just need it. We need to sit down. We'll get that done. We'll get
there.
So it's going to be 1st and 16 here for Westlake after the holding penalty. Alta showing pressure. Westlake running right at it. And not a lot of room to work there again as a whole flock of Hawks coming in. Ethan Scott leading the way.
Man, plethora of Hawks right there, to say the least. They say Hawks fly together, and they also tackle together apparently as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the trio, Adam Banks and all of his friends just coming right at you. You get that reference?
No, I do not.
That's a shame.
Adam Banks?
Yeah, the original Mighty Ducks, Moose.
Oh, my gosh.
Looking deep. Has a man just inside of the intended target. Incomplete. Was trying to look for Griffin Fa'amausili. Just missed him.
Griffin was sitting there. He was looking for the flag. You could tell. He's like, come on, something tripped me up. Not the turf monster. It had to be the other team. Good coverage, by the way, too.
Yeah, it was good coverage. Mausili, I thought he had an opportunity to get there, and I don't know if Moose, maybe the wind pushed that ball just a touch inside. Not a bad look from Gagan there, just missed it.
As a kicker, I have no problem blaming the wind on anything and everything.
Well, the Birds are struggling in the wind. That's kind of out of camera shoot, but they had to concede and move laterally. 3rd and 16 and 5 wide here for the Thunder. Gagan looking, has a man wide open, caught, and a first down, makes a man miss. It's Heiner inside the 10. It'll be first and goal Westlake as they convert off 3rd and 16.
Ezra Heiner coming in, the big boy. He's all of 6'2", 200 pounds, and that's what's nice. All the receiver play in this state has definitely taken a jump, and Ezra is no slouch at all. My goodness, what a great play. Busted coverage, but they figured it out.
So first and goal here for the Thunder. Looking up the middle, not much there. Gain of maybe a yard.
I don't know why they keep trying Gabe Ofisa, because that dude is a brick wall. Goodness gracious. And I just can't believe how light on his feet he is. He must have been taking ballet or something, taking advice from the old Steelers of the 70s.
He moves really well, really well. Just inside 2 minutes to play. Our clock, we're just going to let that get caught up here. They'll go back to the ground. Youngberg cutting back to the left, wrapped up there, brought down by Tuakoi. And it will be 3rd and goal here for Westlake.
Leka Tuakoi, he's not the heaviest player. He's got a ton of potential, though, with his length. And that's what colleges look for. I'm surprised he doesn't have more offers yet. But Leka, he got sick and tired of them saying, let's run right at Leka, not let him pass rush us. He's like, all right, that ends here at the goal line.
3rd and goal for the Thunder at the 7-yard line. Gagan has, I believe that's Youngberg to his left. Motion there by Barclay. Rolling to the left, looking, trying to find someone in the end zone, has a man wide open. Gagan fires, caught. Touchdown Westlake. Right in the front corner of the end zone. It's Fa'a Mausili and the Thunder strike first.
But there's some dirty laundry on the field. Dane in the backfield. Could have been a peel back block that got some holding or something is what I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Alta's whole team is saying, move on back because we've got another shot to protect our house.
Boy, and that was such a great play by Gagan, too, and the accuracy of that pass, throwing it just where Fa'a Mausili could get it. But you're right, the penalty here going to take the points off the board. No, wait. Westlake is celebrating here. So, yeah, the penalty was called on Alta, so the touchdown will count.
Oh! Well, congratulations, Westlake. That's a touchdown. You know, it's my first game back, Dane. I'm trying to get this down as quick as I can. Get the rust off me, so I apologize, but let's all watch the best part of the game right here.
Point after, up.
No good.
No, missed it wide. You could see the wind play with that kick. So the point after is missed. It's 6-0 Westlake. Inside of a minute to go here in the first quarter. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Welcome back. Not going to lie. Best homes in the valley, right there. Love it. Love it, Moose. This is one of I love that setting. If I could own one of those, I would.
Dude, wouldn't we all?
Right?
I like this one right in front of us. They've got the Little Caesars. They're tailgating, and they got a colorful boat in the driveway, too. So it lets me know that I cannot afford that house.
They have a lot of fun. They have a lot of fun. Meanwhile, we're working.
Yeah.
Inside of a minute to go here, first quarter, 6-0 Westlake. How about that drive? Establishing the run after that first drive. I am shocked how well they ran the football. Got to tip the cap to the Hogs up front for the Thunder.
This is interesting. So with Alta's penalty, they didn't take it on the PAT. They're taking it on the kickoff, which is even surprising the kicker. He's like, I think I can get the touchback into the wind with this one. Let's go.
Who knows? I mean, we saw that PAT. That ball, it struggled.
Yeah.
The wind certainly impacted it.
You know, as a kicker, you don't really watch scouting reports on the other team. It doesn't do you much good. You watch scouting reports on the weather. You're like, oh, no, this is going to be a rough game.
Well, I was looking for scouting reports on the weather, and my scouting report totally missed it.
Man, must be nice to be weatherman. You can
It was predicting base coverage. No, I had all sorts of pregame blitz, thunder, lightning, rain, all sorts of stuff. As this one will not get it.
If you want to avoid your AC breaking down this summer,
Wow.
On the return, and Westlake able to smother it. Our apologies, technical difficulty there. Boy, that's one where you almost blowing that wind to get into the end, or that ball to get in the end zone. It would not do it. And boy, great coverage there by Westlake. Has them backed up inside the 10.
Jackson Correa was not expecting to be the nail on that hammer right there.
No.
He was like, oh, I got this nice tackle right here, just like we've been doing in fall camp the last few months. And then that is not what happened. Boom goes the dynamite, Dane.
Boy, so Alta here backed up. Starting at their own 6, McKay will be in the shotgun. Alta back to the ground. McKay keeps it. A lot of room up the left side. McKay in the open field. Matt McKay down the sideline across the 50 to the 20. McKay to the middle. Touchdown, Matt McKay on a 94-yard touchdown run. The Alta Hawks have answered.
Everyone was surprised when Matt McKay pulled that. We were getting flashes of Johnny Manziel as a sophomore, but Matt McKay as a junior going down and getting 95 yards to the end zone. He was running out of steam there at the end, but luckily he had one of his good friends, Jackson Tuala, blocking for him, saying, watch this, go my way. I'll try to clear the area for you. But what a heck of a run. Matt McKay. He can do it through the air and on the ground, apparently.
Yeah, showing he's got more than just the long ball to his game. How about the ground attack as the obviously longest play of the day? This kick up, it is good, and the Alta Hawks have taken the lead 7-6.
Oh, there's some dirty laundry out there, Dane.
Yeah, procedure here going to be called on Alta. Boy, Moose, you made a comment when we were at break after that Westlake Thunder touchdown saying Alta's got to take advantage of the wind at the back. I didn't know if they'd be able to do it. They did. How big is that touchdown?
Oh, my gosh. That's a momentum shifter. That's everything. But it looks like the wind gave Matt McKay that nice little extra boost he needed there. It's like someone's hand on your back when you're trying to learn how to walk.
You know, I don't know how many of you saw our video on social media this week, but Dusty Litzer could have used some wind at the back. He ran a 40-yard jog this week, and look, tip of the cap to old Dusty is this point after up. This one good as well. But McKay takes this to the house as Alta takes their first lead of the game.
There was some smart celebration right there from John Dow, the holder. He went to go do a big side bump, and then he slowed down, and he gave it the handshake. I appreciate that, having blown out my knee on a side bump. Now, this is the beautiful thing as a kicker. Kicking into the wind, very hard, mentally exhausting. Kicking with the wind is just a joy. And this kickoff, if it doesn't go through the pipes, that kicker better turn in his jersey on Monday.
Oh, come on, Moose.
He might need someone to hold that ball, though. Let's see. Yep. Let's try again, young man.
Did you like having someone hold, or was that just annoying as a kicker? It doesn't make a difference. No, here, on a kickoff.
On the kickoff, it didn't really make a difference, but every kid I had that held couldn't figure it out, so they'd, push on the ball, and I'm like, what are you doing, you dumb? Just put your finger on it, and I had to coach them up during the game. They're like, what if you kick my finger? I'm like, then I suck.
That's great coaching right there. This is a good kick into the end zone, touchback, and Westlake will start at the 20.
That was a lucky break for Westlake right there. If it was a yard forward, that returner caught it, dropped it, dove on it, and said, oh, I'm in the end zone. Thank the good man above.
So we'll see Westlake come back out. 37 seconds to go here in the quarter. I mean, you're just running this to expire the quarter, right?
I would if I was Westlake. Try to get this going. Get the clock going.
Get the wind at your back.
Yeah. The wind makes a huge difference, ladies and gentlemen. In punting and kicking and throwing and tackling in life. I got married with the wind at my back, so that's how I started my life off the right way.
Yeah, we won't go there. 1st and 10 here for Westlake. I was going to make a comment. I was like, nah, we're probably better off. Gagan here starting in the shotgun on 1st down. But look at how wide Alta's playing that middle. Gagan. Boy, he's got a lot of room. Gagan now with his best running effort of the night. Up across the 40 to the 42-yard line. A gain of 22 for the sophomore.
That was a great job by the cornerback getting away from that block and getting in on the tackle. Because if there was good blocking right there, they could have gotten something. But number 6 for Alta, Damian Singleton. What a freaking good job. And he's not a short little man by any stretch.
No.
6'3". I mean, that's what coaches would dream of. They're like, hey, can you find me a 6'3" cornerback? And I said, they don't exist. Apparently they do at Alta. They found themselves a unicorn.
Well, he was the only guy standing between Gagan and the end zone. Clock down to final seconds. Gagan will take the snap. Looking down the field to the flat. That caught. Nice effort bringing that in. The coverage there by Yeager. And with that, the first quarter will come to a close. But, oh, boy, a little slow to get up here. Was number 1 for Westlake. That's Derek Anderson. Had a big game last week, including the game-winning 2-point conversion, but he looks to be up and okay. With that, the first quarter in the books. Alta leading Westlake 7-6. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. Switch ends of the field. Wind to the back now of the Thunder. 5 wide here on 2nd and 8.
I love the trust they're putting in Gagan right out the gate.
Yeah.
Oh, horrible snap.
That pass corralled. It was a little high there for Barkley. And Peyton able to bring it down as they'll spot him down at the 49.
That was a great catch by Barkley. That was a great save by Calvin Gagan. And a horrendous snap. Way to corral that. Way to get it down. There's going to be some film study on snap to center to quarterback exchange going on.
You know, I was watching Hard Knocks, and even Aaron Rodgers, there's a lot of work going on quarterback to center. Hey, where do you like it, right? And figure a first-year signal caller, there's still a lot of
tweaks to figure out.
There's a lot still coming together there, right? Not a lot of game experience. 3rd and short here. Alta showed a little bit of pressure. They'll back out. Gagan stepping up. He's looked really confident in the pocket. Down the field, had a man incomplete. Had Barkley and just missed it.
Barkley, it seemed like he was hearing footsteps by number 7, Numitololo. Malio, the freshman. Wow. Freshman, 6'1", 145 pounds. But that's impressive that he was coming down. Now, this puncher right now, number 89, Gabriel Contreras, he's going to be feeling a lot better punting with the wind.
Yeah.
Alta better get a returner back there real quick.
They got it. High snap. Contreras, this one up. Backspin on it. Oh, and Texas Westlake back bounce, but right into the stomach of Jackson Slade. Will down it at the 26.
In the immortal words of Dusty Lister, Jackson Slade's going to want that one back because that was going to roll. I mean,
it's wrong spot at the wrong time.
Even look at the ball. They just sat it down, and it's rolling right now.
Rolling.
Keep those good
football
times rolling.
be rolling.
The ref's hurrying and stopping it.
Have a flag down here back inside the 10. Don't know if maybe too many men on the field for Alta. They were trying to run some people on there. Might have got personnel numbers a little mixed up, as we'll wait to see here on the call.
If I was Coach Ale, I'd be a little bit livid on that one. Illegal substitution on Alta.
Yeah, so if that's a penalty from the spot, guess what? First down Alta, or first down Westlake.
Shut up. Oh. Are you kidding me?
Oh, for those of you who missed his face, I'm not going to lie. When I said that, Moose had this shocked look. Yeah, first down off the penalty.
Well, you know what? Sometimes it's good to be good. Sometimes it's great to catch a break.
Tell you what, film review, that's not going to be a good one.
Oh, that hurt my heart on special teams. Most important third of the game right there, Dusty.
My name's Dane.
Dane.
It'll be
I'm
at the 46.
Dusty right now because I keep on screwing up.
Yeah, you're good.
Sorry,
you're
Dane.
good. You're good.
Dane, we've only called 3 years of games together,
Hey,
and I just called you Dusty.
You know what I tell people? It's about repetition, man. It's just about getting reps. First down, Westlake after the penalty and on the ground. Nice hole up that left side. I really love the duo we've seen today from Youngberg and Rasmussen. We haven't even seen Anderson. That pair has been good.
Yeah. Rasmussen has been playing really well, the senior. He's really compact, 5'9", almost 200 pounds. That's what you want in your running back, just a bowling ball of aggression.
Picked up 9 yards, another snap bobble here. Gagan able to get back on it. That's an area of the game, Moose. I mean, the punt was a little tall, and I know that's a long snap, not a shotgun, but we've seen a couple where ball security in the backfield has been its struggle here in this first half.
So having played center growing up, you usually have to get 100 snaps a day before practice. This duo is going to be getting 150 or 200.
100 snaps before practice.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's what you got to do. Practice makes permanent. You got to permanently have that ball right where the quarterback needs it.
That is true. So it'll be 3rd and 6 after the penalty. Alta showing pressure. They bring it.
Wow.
Gagan to his right, throwing back and has his man caught and complete. It's Heiner and a first down for the Thunder.
I love how they're putting Gagan in movement when they're bringing the pressure. They're saying, read the field, be calm. We can block for 2 or 3 seconds and our receivers can get open. But what a phenomenal play call, just counteracting that all-out blitz by Alta.
How about Gagan, the sophomore? He's looked really composed today, Moose.
Very composed. I'm impressed with Gagan. There's a great sophomore class in this state.
He'll hand off on first down. This is Barclay trying that right side. Not much there. Oh, sorry. He did. He picked up about 3 on the run. Boy, he ended much further back than where his progress was.
Sometimes that happens. But I've been really impressed with the flow of Alta's defensive line as well.
Yeah.
Because usually when you have 2 guys that look like that in Lapuaho and Ofisa, you're just sitting there like, hey, block the A and B gaps and we'll take care of the rest.
They take up their space, right?
Yeah, not these guys.
No.
They're saying, I'll take A gap, B gap, C gap, all the way to theta gap. Anywhere you want me to go, I'll take it.
The old theta gap.
Hey, zeta, theta,
Yeah.
theta, whatever
All right.
you got to take. We went Greek letters on that one.
Second down. Pressure. Gagan trying to evade it. Gotta look out. That
Oh!
ball is loose.
No!
They strip it away from Gagan, and Alta comes up with it. The first turnover of the game here secured by the Hawks.
Lapuaho standing there, straight up defeated. He saw the end zone with the ball in his hands.
There is a penalty on the backside of the field, but I'm guessing this is going to be on Westlake.
I couldn't even guess what that penalty is.
It looks as though a hold. Yep, that's the
Okay.
call. So it'll be declined, and it will be Alta football.
I just put that hold in my algorithm, and Alta made the right choice, understanding that they shouldn't take that.
So now each side with the turnover, and we'll see if Alta can take advantage.
The great thing about calling games with Dane is you get to learn the rules inside and out. I just need to pay more attention to it. You guys will be educated. It's like going to a master class of Utah high school football rules.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to an official the night before the season opener, say, hey, give me a breakdown of the rule changes. And he did, and I was like, I don't get it. I'll have to talk to you more about this one. So, anyway, we're working on it.
I tried calling a few officials, but I managed to tick them all off.
Moose with the audible. 1st and 10. McKay. Look, it has a man. Boy, almost had a kidney shot there. Probably let up, and that's a sportsmanship play there by Westlake. Is Kirkendale able to limit the gain there to 10? It is a first here for Alta.
Captain Kirkendale showing his mercy on that
Yeah.
one. He's like, don't get a penalty, don't get a penalty, don't get a penalty.
Back in, I did not play football growing up. There's reasons for that. But
You
the
would've
high school
played
football
like
I
that?
watched, that's sending a kid to the hospital for a ruptured spleen. That's – anyway, 1st and 10 on the ground, looking up the middle. Oh, how about moving the pile? Nice surge there by Alta, picking up 3.
Oh, my goodness. Captain Kirk got blocked out by number 89, Cole Albrecht, which is also a very big name throughout the Alta circles, with Austin Albrecht playing on these teams and then at Utah State. But Captain Kirk was getting a little chippy there. He was about ready to throw a punch.
2nd down, trips to the bottom of the screen here for the Hawks. McKay keeps it. Looking left side. Boy, how about McKay reading blocks and picking up 8 and a first.
McKay is a very impressive runner out of nowhere. If you asked me before this game, they're like, what do you think about McKay? I'm like, phenomenal pocket passer. Now I'm like, a dual threat for the ages.
Yeah.
He has over 100 yards on the day.
Yep. Same formation for the Hawks. McKay will look over as you could see Tua Coy showing edge pressure there.
It's nice. They've got 3 guys signaling the plays. That's always fun to figure out which play you want to run.
Tua Coy coming right through the lane, missed the tackle, and able to pick up 3 on the run. There was Alta boy. Tua Coy had a beat there, Moose. Just missed it.
Yeah, that was Nusi Tamapeu, because Noose got the juice for Westlake. Tua Coy's on the outside.
Thank you. Darn it.
But Noose, he's got offers all over. Got a Hawaii offer. He's got a plethora of offers. And you can see why. His explosion, his first step, is what dreams are made of.
Yeah. All Westlake.
I switched the papers on you. My bad.
No, that's on me. 2nd down. McKay. This one on the turf. And Westlake is on it. Are they calling that incomplete? They're going to say that was a forward throw. Wow. How about that?
Oh, my goodness. I watched it with the Raiders and the Patriots in a Snow Bowl, and now I've seen it at Alta High School.
Well, that was a little different because they're saying that was a forward lateral, which would be a pass, right? Like a shovel.
There must be a leprechaun out there or something, because that's some luck of the Irish if I've ever seen it.
Multiple officials had that. That was not one. Multiple were on that call, so incomplete pass. We missed it on our clock. We'll get that trued up for you. 6:05 to go here. 3rd down for the Hawks. Noose on the pressure again, and McKay gets out of one tackle, won't get out of that one. Penalty flag here on the play as McKay brought down for a loss, and we'll sort out the flag.
That's what you see with Westlake. They bring pressure on the edges, whether it's Fano, Nusi. I mean, they've just got some great edge rushers that were all young last year. They lost a behemoth from last year. Kid 6'6", 225 pounds, went to BYU. But it doesn't matter. Westlake just reloads, having one of the biggest student bodies in the entire state.
It was one of the things I was talking with Coach Ale before the game and said, look, I actually really love the hire of Coach Ale at Westlake, but I was like, man, it's about keeping kids, right? How tough is that? He's like, look, we got a plan. We know what we're doing with it. But yeah, he's like, if we kept our kids, we would be loaded because there are so many kids in Saratoga Springs, and he's got a plan of how to do that, right? But you can see the base of it today with some of the underclassmen, and it could be a bright future at Westlake. Is this punt away high and off the side of the foot? That will not pick up the first down as it goes out of bounds just across midfield at the 48.
So, Dane, I do teach kicking and punting lessons. If you guys need some help, hit me up at Mooseby90 every Saturday going to Riverton. Come on out.
Do you have a wind machine, Moose?
Oh, I just sit there and I go.
That's from his deep underwater dive. Very strong lungs between that and the high altitudes.
Hey, I've got my scuba diving license. And the whole reason I got it was to simulate wind for kickers.
We got
and
Scuba
punters.
Moose over here. Scuba Moose. As Westlake coming out just on their own side of the 50. Gagan will hand off. This is Rasmussen. Able to pick up 3.
Man, these big boys, they've moved well, they've done great, but they're playing both offense and defense. In Ofisa and Lapuaho, the top guys in the interior of that defensive line. So I don't know how much conditioning they're doing, but I'm exhausted watching them from up here, to be honest with you.
It's been a physical game.
I'm feeling bruises coming on my arms. It's rough. And that's just from here, about a mile away.
2 very contrasting styles played in week 1. I was interested to see how tonight would go. I don't know if I expected this level of physicality. It's been entertaining. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Gagan rolling to his right again. He's been great on the run. Looking downfield. That thrown into traffic and intercepted. Boy, that had trouble written all over it. This is picked off by Melees. And he fumbles it. And it does go out of bounds. Alta will keep it at the 49.
Goodness. That was a great play defensively. And we're going to be working on keeping the ball high and tight. 5-point that young man. Goodness gracious. Great interception. Horrible ball handling skills.
When Griffin Fa'amausili was a little slow to get up, jogging off, holding his side, that would be something of note for the Thunder. Fa'amausili has been good tonight for Westlake, but how about Alta now set up 4:46 to go here in the first half. The Hawks with the ball and a chance to push this to potentially 2 possessions.
Yeah, really impressive by Maele. Usually he's a blitzer. He's usually taking the running backs down, and he was a quarterback last year, so he understands passing progression and levels in the passing game.
Motion on the ground. Nice run up there, up the middle by Cottis.
This is about the time, if you're an offensive lineman for Alta, you've been playing both ways. You start making deals with the D-line. Say, hey, we're running to the other side. I'm not going to go hard if you don't. And I always love those conversations with the linemen. I'm exhausted. You're exhausted. We'll both come up. Let's play some patty cake bakers, man, and not run another step as fast as we can.
It's just the first half, Moose.
Hey, it's been a long one.
That's why there's Gatorade and water. Come on, get some electrolytes.
Oh,
Snap
water
it back
sucks.
up.
It really sucks.
2nd down and 6. I mean, you're already like 95% water. How much do you really need? 4 to play. Back with Cottis. Oh, nice little stutter there by Cottis. Able to pick up the first as he gained 7.
Cottis saw his man blocking for him, and he said, move, get out the way. This is my shot. You got to get that first.
He's been really patient and yet decisive, right? When he sees his lane, he goes. First down. If you're Alta, do you try to take off? Do you try to make this last possession of the half?
I just try to get points on no matter what, because I'd be feeling pretty confident in my defense at this point. Ah, neutral zone infraction.
Oh, Cottis with a little shift there. Cottis laying the pads down. He picks up 15 yards and a first.
That was a great run. So number 6 for Westlake, Jackson Slade, he definitely had a neutral zone infraction right there. But Cottis saw it and he said, I don't care. I need to get myself the first.
Pistol formation again. Now it's Alta here establishing themselves up front as McKay looking to the sideline. Wind is dying down here in the later stages of this half.
The nice thing about Alta, it might be windy, but by the time the sun goes down, that wind
It'll
dissipates.
calm. Kept by McKay through one tackle. Trying to stiff arm. McKay gets out of it. How about the physicality of McKay? He will pick up a loss here, but my goodness, he made that tough on this Westlake D.
What in the world? McKay is a man possessed out there. It's like watching Sasan Shakarine in quarterback form just getting back to the line of scrimmage. Not quite, but close.
He is more physical than I expected.
He was like, you know what? I've been going through the lifting program. I got this nice indoor where I can bench. and he's taken advantage of it this offseason.
Second down, did lose one. He'll look over here to the sideline. 10 left on the play clock. Alta still with 2 timeouts left. Play clock down to 5. They might have to use one of them here. Down to 1. No, boy, that back judge was on it. Tell you what, he was watching that clock. Oftentimes you'll see maybe a little bit of a delay there. Alta here going to take the timeout to preserve the yardage. So a timeout taken by Alta. 2nd and 11 for the Hawks when we come back after this. Welcome back. You know, I tried to treat Moose fairly. Moose, you had a grade A pun coming up, and I totally cut you off.
Yep, that ref was watching the clock like a hawk.
Yeah, he sure was. Like the whole Hawk staff. They were all attuned.
It was just right there, Dane. My wife doesn't like my dad jokes, but I'm glad you appreciate them.
Well, and in fairness, it's week 1 for us, Moose. I missed you last week. Alta running here with Cottis. Cottis just carrying Thunder, picking up 7 yards on the run.
Cottis reminded me of Corbin Cottle and all sorts of other running backs.
That's a great one, yeah.
But I've been super impressed with him. Like I said, he was one of my players of the week last week just from the stat line, but I was like, I can't wait to see him live and see if it was a mistake or if this is going to be a consistent thing, him getting hundreds of yards a week.
Yeah, he averaged 6.8 yards a carry last week. 24 carries, 163 yards against Layton. Had a big, big game. 3rd down. Cottis stood up. And excuse me, I think that might have been Jake. Nope, it was Cottis. Sorry, that number got a little bunched up on me. Not much there for Cottis. It'll bring up a 4th down here for Alta.
Looks like they're not going to go for the field goal. And if I was the kicker, I'd be livid about that.
Well, it is the wind.
The wind only affects the ball from 40 yards out.
We saw it affect the PAT.
I'm
okay, all right.
I'm joking.
I was like, come on, Moose. I'm going to back my kickers here.
Dane's the friend of all kickers.
That's
and
right.
refs.
That's right. You take it easy, Moose.
Every ref and kicker. If you need a hug, Dane's there for you.
4th and 3 here for Alta. Little option. McKay pitching. First down and more. Oh, how about the headiness of McKay holding that just long enough and then giving it to, I think, Maile to pick up the first.
Graham Maile, my goodness. He does it all. Graham was a quarterback at Highland last year, and not a good quarterback. He was a really good quarterback on the precipice of great. And now Alta uses him as a weapon all over the field. Offense, defense, special teams, it doesn't matter. He has offers to Oregon State, University of Southern Florida, and many others. And if he keeps this up, he may get a few more.
That's a big first down as Alta now has 1st and goal. 33 seconds to go here in the half. Trips to the top of the screen. McKay looking just shy of the end zone. That pass caught down to the 3-yard line. Boy, that was an accurate ball from the junior quarterback.
McKay has been insanely impressive. His pitch was like not the last second. It was the last millisecond.
Very
to Maile.
late. Yep.
I was like, oh, that sucks. He didn't. Oh, my gosh, that ball is out. And what a beautiful throw. Whoever's coaching this kid up, kudos to you. And, McKay, kudos to you for being able to absorb it, learn it, and come out this season and ball.
Now, this is interesting. Alta has taken their last timeout. They're going to have the ball at the 4-yard line. No timeouts left, 21 seconds to play. Everything right now, Moose, got to be shots to the end zone?
Well, in the immortal words of Little John, we must do shots. Everybody.
What about an option here?
I don't like that. If you do an option, most plays take about 6 seconds. It takes about another 10 to get set up for the next down.
But you only have, it's 2nd down, right? So you only have 3 downs to play with.
Yes, you do, but let's take those shots, especially after seeing Matt McKay on that last throw. He's looking like he's going accurately into the wind, and the wind is dying down a lot. It was blasting, maybe gusts of 30 miles an hour. Now it's not too crazy, especially on the field.
Okay. 2nd and goal. And I'm not advocating. I'm just, throwing things against the wall, seeing what sticks. None of it does. I'm used to that.
I think I'd throw it to Abe Yeager, number 4 right now at the top of the screen. Give him a jump ball.
They're looking, and that deflected. Boy, how about that read? I'll tell you what, Saleh Fano, that young man, read that beautifully.
So what makes me sad is he's going to want that one back because Abe was wide open at the corner of the end zone throwing his arms up.
Well, I'll tell you, he's probably fortunate Fano doesn't pick that off.
He is fortunate, but the Fanos, they're amazing at many things. Blocking, sacking, tackling, coverage, but they can't catch a ball to save their lives.
That's at B-Moose90, right? At B-Moose90. Dane did not say that. I love the Fanos.
I am just kidding, Bingham. I know you can catch, and Logan and Spencer.
Third down, that ball's low. McKay able to gather it. Trying to buy extra time to the end zone. No one there. Out of play, incomplete. The clock stopped here with 15 seconds to go, and now it's 4th and goal.
That was possibly a late hit by Beckham Featherstone. Just another one of their tiny defensive ends coming in at 6'5", 220 pounds.
I met Beckham's grandfather before the game. Awesome guy. I was like, hey, here to support Beckham. He's just 6'5", 220. He's like, that kid, he's got some size. It runs in the family. Beckham Featherstone, your old grandpa's here. I'm sure he was, cheering old 87 on that play. Alta to kick the field goal.
The only thing my family does is run. Height does not run in our family.
So this will be a 21-yard field goal. The kick is up. This is no good. Missed it wide to the right. So Alta drives, gets 1st and goal, and cannot get points.
Man, this has been a back-and-forth battle. I know it just says 7-6, but I think you're going to see a lot of fireworks in the second half. We've had plenty of games where we're like, I don't know if it's going to score a point, and then the game ends up 35-34 at the end. So I'm excited to see what happens this second half.
Wow. I'm actually surprised how low scoring it is. I mean, it was low scoring for Westlake last week, playing Weber. I wondered if Alta would be slowed down because they dropped 42 week 1. I know it was Layton, but look, the defense have come to play. Westlake here just going to take a knee and let the clock run out. 7-6. The Hawks leading here at home over the Thunder at the break. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented to you by Heidemann and Associates and brought to you by Modern Missionary. Welcome back here to Alta High School, start of the second half. Dane Stewart, Moose Bingham with you. 7-6. Alta leading Westlake. Moose, your thoughts on what we saw in the first half?
Well, I think you better grab your popcorn because this is a game and then some.
Well, you did.
I did grab my popcorn. That's why I was a little late coming into the announcements. But I think these are two very great teams. I think the wind's going to die down a little bit, and we're going to really see who these guys are. From the kicking game to the quarterback game, there's been a lot of good things, and there's been a lot of bad things as well. It's the second game of the week, and both of these guys are coming off their first wins, first big highs of the season. But with that, we're going to see two totally different teams this second half, and I think there's going to be an offensive explosion for each team, starting with Westlake. I was really impressed with their running game, especially with the ferocious defensive line of the Alta Hawks.
When they stayed out of being behind schedule, offense was really effective. We'll see if they can pick that up here in the second half as this kickoff into the end zone. We do want to take a moment, just thank the new athletic director, Jim Langford. Alta's always been so great. Jim, his first year here as the AD, very gracious. The hospitality has been fantastic. Free popcorn for Moose. Jim, Alta, I want to thank everyone for having us here at Alta High School. What's been a great game. We'll get to see this Westlake offense, first possession of this second half. If you're the Thunder, Moose, they ran the ball well. I like what we've seen from Gagan. Maybe a couple of forced throws that led to some turnovers outside of the one or two. Do you expect same for Westlake in the second half? Do you think they run more? What are you expecting here?
I think they definitely run more, and they establish the play-action pass. With running this ball, they get Alta collapsing in, and they get the DBs really softening. And if they can get some play-action passes, it's going to be a great second half.
After the touchback, Westlake will start on the ground and can't take it outside. They were looking there for Youngberg, but I think it was Singleton that came up to make the stop.
Yeah, Singleton did a good job right there. And with that, you're going to see that Westlake had a lot of success attacking the edges, not going up the middle as much. And I don't know if they're going to see that much success going again. They did get their 3 yards and not quite a cloud of dust. But it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to attack this ferocious Alta Hawks defense.
It's still a bit of a wind. Westlake going into it here. Interesting that all of our points were in the first quarter. And, the wind, it's played a factor, but yet it hasn't really assisted either offenses. How about that carry? Nowhere to go as bursting through was your guy, Moose.
Graham Maele lost his helmet, but also got a tackle for a loss. He came in with bad intentions. He was doing that all last year for Highland. But Alta is real happy to have that young man. And then I also like to see the offense on this side. Center quarterback getting a lot of snaps in this half. Man, Pazij Graham Maele. It's a mouthful to say, but it hits like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, he's been strong tonight. And, they've incorporated both sides of the football tonight as well. 3rd and 12. Westlake converted out of a 3rd and extra long on their touchdown drive. On this one, Gagan stepping up, and boy, that Alta D was ready for it. No room for Gagan to go. He's brought down for a loss of 3, and Westlake will have to punt.
Gagan's got to realize that Alta really likes to bring the pressure, and that's what you do to a sophomore quarterback. Anytime you get a guy that's out there, doesn't have as much experience, you say, let's turn up the heat on this young man and see if we can get some mistakes made. And that was very impressive by the Alta defense. Getting that 3 and out helps them and keeps their linemen fresh. And that's what they really want at the end of the day.
Well, certainly how you want to start a second half. And right now you're set up to receive the punt. Their returners on the plus side of the field. This is a punt that's going to be into the wind. A low snap and trouble. And Westlake going to be brought down at the 1. It'll be 1st and goal for Alta off of a low snap of the punt that this Alta special teams just smothers.
Special teams, the most important third of the game, like I always say. Getting the ball at the 1 makes your life as an offensive coordinator real easy. Right now, I think we're going to see a lot of our man, Anthony Cottis, and you should see him in the end zone quite quickly. But they have 4 tries to get 1 yard.
Boy, that is such a big play. And Alta now with an opportunity to go up by 2 possessions potentially. But, boy, you're set up here. We talked about how big that could be. And the returner at the 45, and Cake doesn't even get away.
I think McKay wants to get another touchdown himself.
Why not, right? Trying to move the pile. They do. Touchdown, Alta.
It's always nice as a quarterback when you have Ofisa right in front of you, number 72, at 6'2", 320 pounds, that can move. And he's got some ludicrous in him that says, get out the way. My quarterback's got to get some stats on the sheet.
So Alta able to tack on the touchdown after the special teams gave them the football at the 1. And now a chance for the Hawks here to push it to an 8-point lead.
A lot of movement by Westlake on this PAT block. Let's see if there's some fruition that comes from it.
Kick is up, and this one is good. 14-6, Alta taking advantage after special teams set them up. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates. Welcome back. Well, if you're a Hawk fan, that's exactly how you want the third quarter to start. If you're a Westlake, that's about the worst start you could have.
Well, Alta made a right choice going with the wind, throwing into the wind. They knew that they were going to get passing downs, and there's mistakes. It's hard to be a long snapper. No one knows your name until you make a mistake, but Alta capitalized on that huge. Oh, someone jumped off sides.
And they still don't, because commentators like me never mention the long snapper. It's always a low snap for the punter who gets tackled. You punters and kickers, you guys just can't catch a break.
No, we can't. Long snappers can because no one remembers their name. But they're like looking up for the punter and kicker, and they're like, Moose Bingham.
That's right. Yeah.
Looks like he made another 60.
I blamed Moose for a lot of things when we were back in the day. It was always Moose's fault.
It's all
Could have
right.
been a 3rd and 15 that fell incomplete. It's the kicker's fault. It just was. So,
You know what? I always laugh because up here in the booth, you have to really pay attention to the refs, whether they call a field goal good or not.
yeah, it's always in doubt for me. It's really hard to tell.
I remember in college one time I missed a field goal clearly with what looked like to me, and I heard my mother from the stands, "Woo! Go Moose!" I'm like, "Pam, no, I screwed up. No one was going to know my name until you said that."
Oh, that's funny. See, those are the memories we all live for, Moose. This kick into the end zone for the touchback. I had a lot of clearing distance.
That was a college kick. That would have been 15 deep. Oh,
We get the
celebrate.
celebration.
That's
Oh.
what I like to see. Good handshake.
I was expecting the jump up, but, we'll settle for a handshake. That's all right.
No, you don't want the jump up. The handshake is what keeps us
All
safe.
I want to know is where is the soaring in hawk to pick up the tee? I mean, we've got dogs at some stage. Give me a hawk, huh?
Oh, do I have a story for you?
All right. Hey, next time out, we're staying here. We'll hear it. Just
Okay.
tack that one on the wall.
If you want to hear a story of a hawk and an owl, you will be amazed. And Harry Potter as well.
Oh, boy. That'll be a doozy. That coming up. In the meantime, 1st and 10, Westlake. Here's Gagan rolling to the middle. And that just behind the intended target was trying to get that to Heiner, who's been a consistent target for this offense today.
Lekatuikoi was coming in, and that pressure, that was just enough for Gagan to be like, "Get this out of my hand, and don't let that man hit me."
That play felt like Westlake executed so well in the first quarter, early second, but kind of that roll to the right, Alta was starting to get attuned to what was happening, and they've defended it since.
This is what makes Alemateo such a great coach, the second half adjustments.
And movement up front by this Westlake line will back them up. We talked about in the first half, Moose, when they were on schedule, they could move the football, but when they got off schedule, fell behind the chains, it became a different story.
Yeah, I would jump off sides almost every down if I saw Ofisa and Lapuaho in my face. I'd be like, I got to do something. Push them, pull them, do whatever I can to make sure that these guys don't get a jump on my quarterback or me.
We saw what Ofisa could do back in that first half. A series of tackles, including one that I'm still feeling.
Oh, my goodness.
Gagan. Boy, that window. When he wanted to make the throw, he couldn't. It was taken away, and the delay there just couldn't get it in sync with the route, and it'll be 3 and out.
Well, what really affected that was Lekatuikoi coming in and getting his arms in the throwing lanes, jumping up, showing his big paws, saying, "You're not going to pass it here." And just like Gandalf, he said, "You shall not pass." And it came to fruition.
Oh, my bad. The penalty. It's 3rd down, not a... My bad. Sorry, Westlake.
You're okay. We'll forgive you this once. No more mistakes,
I
though.
don't know. I've had like 15 mistakes I've asked for forgiveness tonight. Here's Gagan. Over the middle, and that intercepted. Picked off by Alta. How about lowering the pass? My goodness. Taula with the interception and making Westlake pay as the late flag comes in.
Celebrate, get that ball back. But there was some major extracurricular activity right there. Wow. Goodness gracious. Celebrate, young man, celebrate. Because that's a play that dreams are made of. Wow.
Boy, that's one where that's just a tight window to try to throw that one to. And nice read there by Manu. 5'10", 210, the senior linebacker.
Monatalu, goodness. He was throwing up the T's. He said, "I'm from Talu, I'm Tongan, and I'm doing a great job." You love to see it. You love to see the celebration. But it looks like there was a sideline warnings. Yeah. Offsetting sideline warnings. Okay. Where's the get back coach? Y'all got to get back.
Well, the get back coach was in action on the Westlake sideline before the game. There were several coaching moments in the warm-ups.
I've had those in my life.
How about the second out to drive of this half that will start inside Westlake's 15-yard line?
Yeah. Turnovers, you got to end every single series with the foot hitting the pigskin, whether that's a punt or not. Westlake hasn't been able to do that these last two tries, giving Alta a short field. And we're talking about the Alta offense has had to drive 1 yard and 11 yards for this second half.
There's Moose just promoting kickers again. It's always got to end with them, right, Moose?
Well,
first down. Run up the middle. Cottis able to pick up 5 on the carry. Actually 4 on the carry there.
Solid 4. Get yourself in position to get that first down, or better yet, touchdown.
And it's looking like there's a different, it's Niume Tolu in at quarterback here for Alta. Had a series in the first half. He gets this series here.
Yeah.
The sophomore will hand on. No, he keeps it. Looking near side. Cut back inside the 5. Woo! Touchdown, Alta. How about the sophomore, Kepa Niume-Tolu, taking it in from 7 yards out. Touchdown, Alta.
That was a phenomenal read by Niume-Tolu. He did a great job seeing the flow of the defense and putting his foot in the ground and cutting it upfield. Now, these celebrations, people are jumping a bit too much. Calm down, get that handshake going, and live to see another day. Great job by Alta capitalizing. Their defense has definitely put them in a position to win and making the job of the offense really easy. Oh, no!
Oh, that won't work, and it is brought down. No kick away. The point after, no good. And so the score remains 20-6. Alta leading Westlake. And it's story time with the Moose. Bring it, Moose.
Oh, you want to hear a story?
You only have a minute. Only have a minute.
Okay, quick story. It was my niece's 11th birthday a couple weeks ago. We decided to do something cool. Get her an owl because she was turning 11 for Harry Potter.
Okay.
So, owl flies in, and a hawk comes out of nowhere and attacks the owl. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. We have it on video.
Like a live wild hawk. Right?
Like a live wild hawk attacks the owl, trying to give my niece a letter to invite her to Hogwarts. And we said, Jada, you may not be so magical. We had to go and find the owl, jumping over my neighbor's yards, trying to find this owl. And the owl handler was staying calm, but inside I could see a storm of epic proportions. We finally found the owl, and it held on to the letter for my niece for her to go to Hogwarts.
Was the owl okay? Lived?
It lived,
wow.
But it was scary.
Wow.
Don't mess with the Hawks is the moral of the story. What a good kick.
Yeah, this one into the end zone for the touchback.
There was a lot more details in that story, but I had to say it real fast.
I can imagine. Wow, that is crazy.
I'll try to tweet out the video.
It's been the Hawks night tonight as well. Not an owl, but they've certainly had the answer for the Thunder here in the second half. We've played just 3 minutes, 20 seconds. It's been a 13-0 spurt here for Alta. We'll see if Westlake can come up with something else here to try to answer. I'll tell you that. Moose just showed me the video. That's a wow.
That's crazy. Don't mess with Hawks.
That's an alert owl, though, huh? Evading the grasp. First down. Gagan handing off. And to the line, maybe picking up 2 there for the Thunder.
Just like Mr. Ochoa would announce, who was one of my favorite teachers here at Alta, Rick Ochoa, he'd always say, a plethora of Hawks coming into the tackle right there. And I learned that day that plethora means a lot.
Isn't it a flock? Is it a flock of hawks?
He would say plethora. He always used large vocabulary words to help educate us young children out there.
Well, plethora is a great reference back to an old classic from my day, but it's a family program, so we'll move on. 2nd and 8 here for Westlake.
What classic are you talking about?
We'll mention it. So we like to call it tease. Pressure for Gagan, trying to get through and won't. Sacked as this Alta pass rush starting to find home. That was Lapuaho with the sack.
This pass rush is doing great, but I've been really impressed with the defensive backs as well for Alta. giving the D-line time to get in, get the pressure they need so that they can get the sacks. But Westlake, they just can't get anything going.
Yeah. Yeah, they've not had many answers. This Alta D is starting to really tighten the screws here defensively. And it's 3rd and 12. Have to get to the 30-yard line. Pressure on the left side. Trying to set up the screen. Oh, it just got tripped up. Boy, they had a big lane for Drake Youngberg, but he couldn't get through the lineman, and Westlake will have to punt.
Sometimes you just can't buy a break, and then the turf monster comes in and shows his nasty, nasty teeth.
The movie reference is The Three Amigos. There it is. There it is. Yes,
I
sir.
saw that many moons ago.
Oh,
no!
Dropped by the punter and brought down again. Another special teams miscue for Westlake, and Alta will have it at the Westlake 5.
Goodness gracious. Punter seeing ghosts out there. Alta's doing a great job bringing pressure. And as a punter, when you see someone 5 feet away from you, there's not much you can do, Dane. You say, hey, if I kick it, I'm in trouble. If I run it, I'm in trouble. And if I sit down, kneel, and pray, I'm definitely in trouble. But any one of those things, you're not getting anywhere.
This is the 3rd drive of the 3rd quarter for Alta, and the 3rd drive starting inside the Westlake 11.
That's a good day for the defense.
It's not a good recipe for winning ball games for the visitors. How about the big man?
Give it to
Rumbling and stumbling to the 1.
That's 5 yards. Give it to him again. Feed the beast. Get the spoon. Get the cereal. I want to see him eat.
Lenny in the backfield here again on 2nd and goal from the 1.
Give it to Lenny. Oh,
He's
yes! Give it to Lenny!
Touchdown, Alta!
Oh, spike the ball. Spike it. Do whatever you can, but do not get in the way of Lenny Lapuaho and Emil, or Lenny Lapuaho and the end zone. There's 2 things I would never get in the way of. What a fun way to get a few yards.
We all love the big man touchdown, and it's Lenny Lapuaho.
I'm really disappointed in the big man celebration, though. Lenny, get the touchdown, work on your celebration. I still have mine all ready in case the chance permits.
This point after up and good. 27-6 as the short fields are allowing Alta to pull away. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates. Welcome back, 27-6. This was a 7-6 ball game at the break, and Alta just has 17 yards on 3 touchdown drives in the second half.
Those numbers don't make sense. What
No.
algorithm are you running?
Math.
Math. There was a great song that I love about math. It goes, math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing. So get off your ass. Let's do some math. Math, math, math. Math, math.
I know that reference.
Yep. What movie is it?
You want me to tell you, or should we give our viewers an opportunity?
Just tell me.
School of Rock.
It rocks.
Yes, sir.
So get off your ass. Let's do some math.
Math, 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 math. Into the end zone for the touchback. 5 times a million is
5 million. And 64 is a 45 more than what is the answer, Marta? It's 8.
No, it's 9.
No, it's 8.
Yes, I was testing you.
And that's
All
a
right.
magic number. Okay, sorry,
6 minutes
ladies
to
and
go.
gentlemen. Here we go, back to the game.
There you go. Hey, music time brought to you by Dana Moose. Touchback Westlake, starting their own 20.
Let's see if Gagan can get something going.
Boy, edge pressure. They just cannot stay with the pass rush. That was deemed down. So that is not a live football, but the edge pressure moves that time just unblockable.
Everyone wants to be a quarterback until they see plays like this. When guys are getting basic free releases and your O-line's olaying defensive ends, it is not a good day to be the quarterback. I'd see Taysom Hill after some games when I was playing at BYU, and I was like, I chose the right position because you look beat up, dude.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, we saw Alta bring some interior pass rush in the first half. Now it's just like we're going to rely on our speed and athleticism around the edge, right? And see if you can beat it. Second down and 17. Again, boy, quick rush.
Oh,
that thrown into the flat and dropped.
Okay.
But look, I mean, that's Tony Vainuku coming around the edge. Gagan's got to get rid of it. There's just not a lot of time right now in the pocket.
He got rid of it, but the ball fell incomplete, unfortunately. And some days, everything goes right for you if you've got an A on the side of your helmet. And some days, everything goes wrong, and it seems like.
There's a flag here.
What's it for?
Sideline warning on Alta. That's going to be their second. So yardage here will be given to Westlake.
How many yards? Enough for a first?
Well, they just set a first down, so maybe I misunderstood. Maybe it was an unsportsmanlike. You've talked about some of the extracurricular, Moose. I wonder if that was the call.
There has been a lot of extracurricular.
Yeah, because they're marking off 15. So I thought that he had made a gesture like it was a sideline, but I think instead it was a lateral hold of the unsportsmanlike conduct. So 15 yards here. That's from the spot, not an automatic first down.
That is crazy that that's not an automatic first down.
Yeah, it just speaks to how big that first down play was.
The crazy thing is Alta and Westlake have had about the same amount of yards this half at this point. But because of special teams,
yeah,
which is the most important third of the game, Dane, just letting you know. Oh.
Run here and did get enough.
First down. Here we go. Westlake's rolling, Dane.
Thought Rasmussen might have been just a touch short there, but he was not. First down.
Move the sticks. Here we go. And Westlake's rolling. This speed is what got them a lot of first downs in the first half.
Back on the ground. Youngberg cutting inside. Stood up after a gain of just one.
But Alta's two big linemen, Ofisa and Lapuaho, are back in the game.
Is this a must-score drive for Westlake Moose?
I think every drive from here on out is, actually. It's always nice to have a Lapuaho. It was fun watching Waylon Lapuaho at Bingham, and they had a whole section of Lapuahos for him, cheering him on.
2nd and 9. Gagan trying to get that into the flat. Incomplete.
Feel like he almost could have completed that to number 81, Ezra Heiner. But Ezra got those alligator arms happening. He didn't stretch out completely, but even if he did catch it, it wouldn't have been that big of a difference. This third down is imperative to get a first down.
You know, and Westlake was able to kind of get the ball down the field in the first half in the passing game. Really haven't been able to. The second quarter they tried, but it went to interceptions, and now it feels like everything's just underneath.
Yeah. Trying to build the confidence of your young quarterback up again, and that's what they're trying to do. We'll see how it goes on this next play, because this is a for sure pass.
And we have whistles here before the snap, and the play clock was down to 0, so delay of game here will take some yards away, and rather than 3rd and 9, it'll be 3rd and 14.
That is brutal. And once again, it seems like you just can't buy a break for Westlake right now.
Third and 14 here.
It's always fun coming back to your alma mater, just the memories that rush in of not having an indoor practice facility, but everything else is pretty cool.
Gagan throwing this out, incomplete. That's one where sometimes you got to help your quarterback out too, right?
Yeah.
We've seen a couple drops in the second half.
That's the third or fourth where you're just like, come on, help the young man out. But so many good players have come through Alta through the years, not just recently, but historically. This is a place where not just the football team's done good, but the girls' soccer team has been phenomenal with girls like Kaylia Ohai coming through, or Kaylia Watt. There's been so many good athletes.
And this a high snap back into the end zone, and that ball's still loose, and Alta's on it. Touchdown, Hawks.
Oh, my goodness. If that isn't in our top 5 plays of the week, I don't know what is. Alta coming through on special teams. Their special teams coordinator is going to get a huge raise at the end of this season.
Wow.
Dane laughs, but there's NIL opportunities for coaches, too. I can feel it. There probably isn't. I'm sure that's a massive rule against the Utah High School Athletic Association. But it shouldn't be.
I mean, here's the crazy thing, Moose. That's the 4th touchdown of the quarter, and 3 of those have been directly related to a special teams gaffe.
Yep, 100%.
So Alta on to kick. Point after is up, and it is good. 34-6. All right, Moose, you talked about what it's like coming back to your alma mater. Give me your favorite moment when you're back in the stadium. I know a lot has changed, but when you think back on your high school career, what's your best moment here at Douglas Anderson Field?
Honestly, some of my biggest kicks were actually at different fields. But my favorite kick from this field, I had a 51 in an all-star game that we played right here. But my other favorite play, they let me go play outside linebacker. And in 3 plays, I had a sack, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. And I came out swaggy, bro. I mean, I had the back pad, I had a visor, I had eye black. I looked good. And after that, the coaches were like, we should have played you on defense. I'm like, I know you should have.
I kept telling you to put me in.
Yeah. I was like, I knew the whole defense. Pinch, stick, whack, cover 3. Let's go.
You're like, that's why I played kicker. I mean, the whole linebacker thing was easy.
We would have won state, if you guys would have put
I was going to say, you did.
Twice.
Yeah.
But I wanted that 3rd.
He wanted the old 3-peat. Some people are just never happy. They always want more. Alta here to kick off. This one fielded at the 2.
Let's see Westlake get something from this. Come on.
Trying to get outside, spinning through one tackler, back to the middle. And Barclay brought down here back. Brought down, well, credited at the 21 is penalty flag here after the play coming in from our line judge. As we await the call here. Of course, we've got an old friend of ours back on the field tonight wearing the white hat. Good to see him back. We don't list names of officials.
Good choice.
We don't need to go after officials. Don't need to promote that. But we got a great friend on the field tonight, and awesome to see him back on the field to give it another run around. He knows who he is. We know who he is, and
I was about
we'll
to
leave
say,
it at
I'm
that.
like, do not say the official's name.
Yeah,
That's like saying the head of security for the president or something like that.
And, you know, officials, okay, let me just take a moment here. I've given Moose his soapbox. Here's mine.
Okay.
Look, they've actually, if you feel like, I could do better, these guys don't, come be an official. Come help join the ranks. Help our officials out. There's opportunities to get involved and get engaged. They even increased the rate that officials are making this year for football.
How much are they making?
I'm not going to share that, but it's more than it has been. If you want to be an official, get involved. There's a lot of opportunities at every level to help officiate. And anyway, great to have an old friend back on tonight. As after the penalty there, Westlake starting up at the 37. And here's the kind of running we saw back in that first half, Moose. This one by Youngberg for a first down.
That was a great play. I love the effort by Youngberg. Just fun to see. Drake, 5'9", 205 pounds. We're birds of a feather, me and him, it seems like, at this point.
He's been good tonight. Back to the ground. Youngberg trying that left side again. He'll pick up 5 yards on that carry.
Yeah, we have had a ref shortage, and it's always interesting, people saying, I could do that, I could do this.
Then do it.
That's one of the reasons I'm in the booth, because I called up Dusty, and I was like, hey, Dusty, I think I could do that. He's like, I don't think you can, but I'll give you a shot. But I'm really impressed with officials, and we don't give enough credit to them, but we can make fun of them, as long as we don't say their names.
And here's my thing. when you go back and watch it, most of the time they're right. Do they miss stuff? Of course they do. We miss stuff, right? Coaches miss stuff. Players miss stuff. We all miss stuff. But for me, it's like, come be a part. Come help us out. Come officiate. We can't play this without officials. So come be a part. Come help support the growth of the game as a run there. Not much on the carry. Will bring up 3rd and 5 here for the Thunder.
The only way I'd official is if it was for the Super Bowl.
I've been asked if I want to officiate. I'm like, no.
Really?
Yeah. Like I don't think that's good for anybody.
You're like,
so I'll just stay back here behind the mic. And
I feel like a weatherman in the mic. We don't really affect the game, but we affect the way you see it.
I would love a green screen. That'd be fun. 3rd and 5 here for Westlake. Gagan was trying to get that into the flat with Rasmussen. Just missed him. Be 4th down. Interesting to see what Coach Ale does here.
I don't know if I'm punting it at
I
this
think I'm
point.
going for it. What do you have to lose?
Going 5 wide, 4. Let's see what they're going to come out in, because they took out Youngberg. So let's see what they're going to do here.
Yeah, it'll be Rasmussen, the senior, in the backfield here with Gagan.
This is a huge play for Westlake.
Really, your hopes are riding on this play on 4th and 5. Gagan stepping up, won't evade the rush, and he's sacked once again. And it's the big man. He had a touchdown a few moments ago. Lenny Lapuaho coming up with a sack.
Lenny Lapuaho's putting himself in position for Player of the Week contention, for me at least. I mean, look at his stat line. Multiple sacks, a touchdown, and a heck of a job blocking on the offensive line.
How about this, Moose? That is now the 5th drive of the quarter that has not ended off of the kicker's foot for Westlake.
It's like special teams are quite imperatively important.
I thought I'd give you a little ammunition, right? You made that statement earlier. There you go.
Let's go.
He knows what he's talking about there.
Yep. I do. When it comes to kicking, I do. Many other things in life, I do not.
1st down for Alta.
Oh, Newsom.
Yeah, thrown out. Little screen here.
Wow.
Tuala down the sideline and going to be hit late. Will tack yardage on here. How about Jackson? You talked about this sophomore.
Yeah, Jackson Tuala, like we mentioned, has a plethora of offers. Utah, BYU, Oregon. He's got a lot of schools after him and a ton of potential. You could see the speed there. He's been training with Ross Oppo, as has a lot of the Westlake players. That's one of the big reasons that this state just keeps getting better with trainers like Ross Oppo, Ofa with Will Kofe, Tuni Kanuch, and so many others. Utah takes football more serious than almost any other state in the union. We have not the numbers of Texas, but we have the talent, I mean, per capita of almost anywhere in the country.
And so it will be a late hit there. We'll tack on extra yardage.
Puts Alta just back to where they're used to in the red zone this quarter. I mean, 5 trips to the red zone already, which is enough for a whole game, but Alta says we want to do it in a quarter.
McKay looking, end zone. Boy, that was a tight window. It was there. Just a little too much steam to be able to be brought in. Incomplete.
I'm excited to see them get Ager involved in this game. Phenomenal receiver, phenomenal kid. Great size. He's a kid that's going to have a shot at the next level because of his potential. He's just scratching the surface of what he can do.
You got to be careful if you're McKay. You don't want to throw that shoulder out. You really haven't had to throw the football here in this third quarter. Over the middle, and that just incomplete. Broken up. Good play there by Jackson Correa, the senior, able to deflect it.
Jackson Correa almost had an interception right there, and he was about to say, yay, I'm Jackson Correa, here we go. Man, just opportunities missed for Westlake tonight.
They've had a couple of those where they've gotten a mitt, right? They've almost had a turnover, but have just been a bit shy. Be 3rd and 10. They'll go on the ground. Cottis turned back to the middle. Oh, that's a great job by that defensive front of Westlake. First guy there, the guy we mentioned earlier, that's Featherstone, able to come in and wrap him up for no gain.
Westlake has a really good defense. It's just pretty difficult to be defending a 20-yard field or a 10-yard
5-yard
field.
or 1 yard.
Yeah. I mean, that's almost an impossible task, and I've still been impressed with Westlake. Is Alta going for it?
Yes, they are.
Oh, man.
Offending kickers everywhere with this decision.
I'm severely offended. Okay, thank you.
Moose might not feel welcome at his alma mater if they go through with this one.
I don't feel welcome as a kicker.
Well, let's just go back to that point. If you take away McKay's 94-yard touchdown run in the first half,
Okay.
Alta has drives of 1 yard, 11 yards, and 5 yards in the third quarter. This is their longest drive that started at their own 48.
That is insane. Just absolutely crazy that you're having a game where you haven't even played on your side of the field yet.
Well,
you're in the opponent's side all game.
And think about the first half. So the drive, again, if you take away the 94-yard one-play drive that McKay ran, which is a heck of a play, and it's in the stat sheet, good for that. You talk about the Westlake defense. You had one drive in the first half that Alta marched the field, got into field goal territory, and missed. This is their second-best drive, the Alta offense. So to your point, like the Westlake D has played pretty well.
You're going to look at the stat sheet and be like, they gave up 200 yards, and if you take out that one play, they gave up like 110.
Yeah.
And they gave up 5 touchdowns.
Fourth down, Alta going for it. McKay look into the end zone. Man was open and just overthrew it. Boy, he had
Graham.
Yep, and just missed him.
Graham, Cracker, Pazij Baele didn't quite get that ball where he wanted it. But I've been really impressed. You throw on Graham's highlight film, you're just like, this is a dude that could carry a defense at the next level. He may not have the perfect size, but he's a kid that any school would be lucky to have him on their team.
Does he have a frame that you can put that size on, Moose?
No, I think he can put on a little bit of size, but he's kind of more of a Butch Powell type player right now, where he is what he is, and what he is great.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with Butch, right?
No, nothing wrong with Butch. Butch is a good dude. He's getting married.
Congratulations.
Congrats to the Powells. He's marrying a girl from Draper.
Westlake on first down, running this up. Speaking of Draper, the Corner Canyon Chargers welcoming in a top 5 team tonight. Last check, third quarter. The game's tied up at 28 between Corner Canyon and Bishop Gorman.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, how about Corner Canyon representing the state of Utah tonight?
Corner Canyon, Draper, Utah, the flagship city of the entire state. Everyone loves Draper. I'm just kidding. Not everyone loves Draper. But it is my hometown, and I love it.
It's the Utah All-Star team. Hanging in there with Bishop Gorman.
The Nevada All-Star team.
Yeah. Well, they're more of a national All-Star team.
Yeah, they're a national All-Star team. But
2nd and 7 here.
It's hard to win in the state of Utah.
Gagan running out of time, and that incomplete was looking for Heiner once again.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive because last year Bishop Gorman took it to corner.
I did that game. That game was over in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Literally. That was...
I got invited to that game and the Modern Day game, and I said, you know what? I'd rather just drive down the street and call literally any other game than watch those. I like exciting games. This game is exciting because of what's going on, but those games, not so much.
Well,
some years Utah can put up some great teams. Other years it takes a little bit of a dip dive, Dutch.
Utah has not had a team beat Gorman. Several have tried. The closest was Bingham. They fell short. Corner trying to do what no one else has been able to do.
Jaden Johnson missed. Ooh!
Running out of time. Once again, that pass rush about to get home. There's your celebration, but he's going to pay a price. He's going to pay a price.
It's okay. I feel like that's a Key and Peele skit right there where he could only have 2 pumps, and he went for the 3rd.
I know what skit you're referencing.
But I appreciate the celebration, but the coaches are getting in his ear right now.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it. You know better than that. But I'd be in his ear right after, dapping him up, saying, you know what?
And they're saying, we gave you a touchdown, man. We gave you a touchdown.
And he says, I gave you multiple sacks.
Well, and so that penalty is going to put 15 yards here, and it'll be a first down.
It's okay. He got dapped up by the kicker, so one person acknowledged the play.
Well, he's sitting by his lonesome self right now.
It was a heck of a play.
It was a heck of a play, but it's all for naught after the penalty.
This isn't the NFL. It's not the No Fun League, but it's close enough.
Well, it's the
I'm just
NFHS, right?
Yeah.
So the No Fun High School? We'll have to play with that a little bit.
NFHS. Tweet at us if you have something smart to put those acronyms for.
Boy, and an official turned around here, and he's having a conversation with the Alta bench. And now everyone having to back up. There was no official sideline warning there.
Yeah, that would be the third time this sideline has gotten a little too close.
So first down after the penalty, on the ground, to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard there for Rasmussen.
The crowd is voicing their displeasure.
Well, it's 34-6. His final seconds here in the third ticking away, and that will do it. A big second quarter for Alta off of turnovers. They've pushed this to a decisive lead through 3. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates. Welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. Dane Stewart, Moose Bingham with you. 34-6, a big third quarter for the Hawks. Man.
I mean, going into the quarter, it was 7-6.
Yeah.
34, I mean, what is that? 20, I can't do math. A lot of points.
A lot
in
of
the
points,
third quarter.
Fourth quarter underway. Gagan tripped up. How about the pass rush we've seen in this second half, Moose? It's been relentless. As that time it's Noah Forbes.
Yeah, Westlake has the wind, but you're going to see a lot of kids that coming in this quarter, that may not see the field as much. And it's going to be interesting to see if they can continue to get pressure on the quarterback. And right there, they did. Developing your younger guys, seeing if you can get some good reps for them and preventing injury from the starters.
Third down and 17 yards to go. Pressure, Gagan going down again. I mean, Moose, what do we have? 6-7 sacks in this second half?
I mean, wow. And it looks like we've got an injured Westlake player down on the field right now as well.
Yeah, we're going to step aside here for an injury as this Alta defense starting to fly around here at home. Welcome back. Boy, never good to see one of your linemen have to be helped off. Certainly hope that he'll be okay.
No, never good to see linemen or anyone getting hurt. That's one of the harsh realities of football. It is a full contact game, and it's always interesting. But unfortunately, that happens.
Yeah, going to be fourth and forever here for Westlake. They'll have to punt this away, and this has been a challenge.
Oh, snap low.
Snap takes a bounce, but able to get it away. Spiral fielded at the 39. Opportunity for a return. Trying to get outside, inside the 30 and the 20, out of play as a penalty flag here coming in late. Nice return there for Tuala.
It looks like they had a new punter in for that one. The nice thing is he goes in, gets the wind with him, and you don't have to worry about that. But focusing on snapping, punting, kicking, that makes a difference in a lot of games. Coaches always look back. They're like, if we would have had that one play back, and if you just work on snapping, punting, and kicking, life turns out to be a lot better for you most of the time.
Well, in this game, you can take off, 27 points?
Yep.
And this is going to be a penalty on Alta. I know the Hawks, the scoreboard looks great. The lead feels great, but we've seen some penalties tonight. We've seen some things that have not helped Alta. Certainly opportunity for these coaches, and I know they will. It's a focused, dedicated staff, but some things to clean up from what we've seen tonight.
Yeah, you're going to have in film study, no matter how good you feel or how bad you feel, the coaches will make you feel the opposite the next day. So Westlake's going to pull a lot out of this game and be like, we played really well.
Yeah.
And Alta is going to pull a lot out of this game and say, we need to do better.
Niumetolu throwing. Oh, how about that pass? And making a man miss. Tuala inside the 10. Boy, that is a beautiful touch from the sophomore, Niumetolu.
Yeah, Niumetolu did a great job. That was a risky pass. Just got it over the defender's hand. And if the defender would have been an inch or two taller, trained his vert an inch or two higher, he may have gotten a pick six on that ball. But Tuala made the most out of it, got those penalty yards back, and he said, I can do it all. So look out for number 10. But right here, look out for number 4 as well. The trips to the right, there's a lot of ballers on that side. And there's some good players on the left, too, in the deuces.
First down, ball's just inside the 20. Oh, low snap. Penalty flag here on the play. Niumetolu taking it inside the 5. But again, a penalty flag on that far side as we'll await the call.
Could be a procedure, could be a holding, could be offsides. There's a whole plethora of things that it could be, Dane.
And it looks like they might wave this off. Yep.
Well, great run by the quarterback.
Yes, sir. That's why you finish it out, right? Niumetolu able to take it down inside the 5. And it will be first and goal for Alta.
So Alta's been used to this. I don't think Lapuaho is going to be getting the ball this time with his celebrating.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. How about this note? Other action going on tonight. A lot of 5A, 6A games.
Okay.
Fourth quarter, American Fork 17, Orem 20. How about the Tigers?
Roger Salapega.
Yeah, of course, LR3 played last week.
Mack Truck Hickson back in the fold. That's pretty impressive. American Fork, I have them as my number 3 team in the state.
Yeah, a lot of people have high expectations of the Cavemen this year.
With my indisputable top 10.
Indisputable. That sounds like a TV show. First and goal.
People try to dispute me, but they can't. It's indisputable.
Because you're indisputable. McKay back on the field here.
I wonder what's going on because they were looking at something on Niumetolu.
Well, he did take a bit of a hit there late.
And the clock's not rolling, the play clock, the game clock. Nothing's really going, so trying to figure out what's going on.
Officials just getting both sidelines, I think, up to speed, and here we go. First and goal. McKay to the end zone.
Whoa!
Oh, nearly intercepted. Boy, we talk about some of those moments, Moose. That was another one of them.
That was 6 for sure. You can see the end zone. Sometimes you just got to see your hands catch the ball. Get that ball into the cradle and rock that baby to sleep in the opposite end zone.
I think that was Nea that nearly had the interception and potential pick 6.
He would have been gone, too. Even when he was pulling up, he was at the 20, and everyone was looking around saying, what happened there?
Second and goal. Back in the pistol. Caught us in the backfield. They'll run to – no, sorry, this is end around. Tuala trying to make men miss. Boy, he took it. That ball came out, and Westlake's on it. Boy, that was a big hit laid right to the thigh of Tuala. And how about the Thunder? The defense hasn't given up. They forced a turnover.
Owen Burks, of course, the DB, and another flag. We don't want this to be a flag fest, but that was a heck of a hit by number 42.
That was a big hit.
Finn Maurer, the sophomore. That's what's crazy.
And this flag is well behind the play. I mean, that line of scrimmage was the 4, and this flag's sitting at the 23.
And it's a spot foul?
It depends on what the call is.
Well, let's figure out what the call is. We're all sitting here on pins and needles because we couldn't tell you. And I don't know if anyone else in this stadium could tell you that's not wearing a white hat. But share us your secrets, ref.
It could be another sideline warning.
Alema does not look happy.
And that was not sideline. That was another unsportsmanlike. So, boy, several unsportsmanlike penalties. This one will pull Westlake out of the shadows of their own goal line up to the 19.
So one of the hard things in football, you have to know how to lose, but you have keep your composure when you're losing. But you have to know how to win.
Yeah.
Keep your composure as you're winning as well. It's always interesting when you're at Alta, seeing where you're going to be in every single team in the state, how you react positively and negatively to pulling out a W.
Officials here still talking with the Alta sideline. Under 10 to go here. Looks like we've got that all sorted out. And it was
sideline warning again.
Yeah, it was sideline. Boy, they marked off 15.
It's their third or fourth sideline warning.
Maybe they changed the sideline, and rather than 5 yards, maybe it's 15 now. I'll have to go and check that. I was not aware. This throw, that one's on target.
That's a great throw. Over the outstretched hands of the defensive end. Doing a great job right there. And that's the thing right now. Coach Ole's just got to build confidence in Westlake as it is.
So here's the thing. We've called several unsportsmanlike calls.
Yep.
But I'm now wondering, some of those are probably sideline warnings, and I just wasn't aware the enforcement was 15 yards on them now. Because the one back here, right, it looked like it was a sideline warning call. I think it probably was. So we've been harsh on some of the unsportsmanlikes, but I don't know if that's been the case. Different quarterback in here as we've got a change, and Greg Snow, the senior, has come on here for Westlake as that throw is incomplete. 3rd and short.
Yeah, the receiver would want that one back for sure. It's always interesting, year to year, the rules have changed.
Yeah.
And every year, Dane does a great job getting with his ref friends, which he has many of, and explaining to him what the rules are so he can tell you.
And I was not aware of that, and I could just be having a senior moment, right? Because I'm old. But anyway, 3rd and short. Westlake trying to run for the first down. They
got
get it.
Her.
That's a nice carry. It's back with Youngberg. He's been impressive tonight.
What I like is Westlake, they're looking for their spark. They're getting it here, they're getting it there. We just need to get that spark some kindling and some firewood, and let's get going. But getting a touchdown here would be big for Westlake's confidence going into next week and region play.
Yeah, you know who they have next week?
Who do they have, Dane?
Cedar Valley, and what will be a big rivalry game, the battle of whatever that ridge is called, because I don't know what it's called. You know the little ridge between Eagle Mountain and Saratoga Springs?
I do know the ridge.
What's it called?
I have no idea.
You live over there. Come on, Moose.
I do live there. I just barricade myself in my house, and I tell my neighbors to stay away.
All right. Well, it's the battle of whatever that ridge is.
They should have called it like the Battle of the Valleys.
That's not bad.
I think that'd be kind of a fun one.
That's not bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but Cedar Valley had a tough game against Bear River.
Yes. Yes.
Bear River is who they had a tough game against last week.
Well, and look, there's storylines there with Cedar Valley. We talked about their running back not going to play this season. That's a big loss. They graduated a lot of seniors off that group last year as well. But
they still have DeVoe Tuatanga.
I know.
They've got some talent.
They got talent there, right? They have pieces to be competitive in their region.
They're going to have about 3,000 kids in that school pretty soon here.
That one just a touch behind Barclay. I saw a note this week from a high school, 5A school now for football. Granger. You know how many freshmen Granger welcomed in this year?
I think I heard the number was 1,200?
800. 800 freshmen.
Woo! Goodness. I was off, but that's a lot.
That's a lot of freshmen.
Yep. That's a ton of freshmen.
It'll be second down and 10 here.
And Granger has had some move-ins as well from California.
Granger, look, I know week one, some people might have been disappointed. That Granger team is going to be good in that region. And you look at 5A, they got enough pieces to make some noise there.
I think it's always good to play like the best team in the state week one just to stay
Set the bar. Set the bar, right?
It's like, okay, where are we at? What's going on? How can we win this?
Yeah, what does it look like? It'll be 3rd and 9 here for the Thunder.
3rd and 9. Big passing down here. Number 17, the senior. He's been waiting for a while. Greg Snow trying to make some precipitation come out of his arm and get into the hands of his receivers.
I see what you did there. It's been cloudy all night. Is it cool enough?
Oh!
Stepping up. Snow trying to get it with his legs and going to be just a yard short. Nice scamper, though, for Snow.
I think you let him take a chance, try to get that first down with his legs again. He's been impressive, but it looks like I don't know.
I think they're going for it.
Yeah, they should be going for it. There are some guys coming in, some guys going out, but no puncher to be seen. Let's see them go for it here, ladies and gentlemen.
And now a timeout going to be taken. There was some confusion on that Westlake sideline. 7+ to go. We'll step aside, have 4th down when we come back. Welcome back. 4th and 2 here for Westlake. The offense came on the field. Moose, if you're calling this offense, what do you do here?
Well, the big boys are out of the middle. I just try to run it down their throats at this point. I try to get probably one of my big running backs or just throwing an offensive lineman out there, give Alta a taste of their own medicine at that point.
Yeah, they switched it up on you. Going to come out in the shotgun here on 4th down.
All righty. And that's why I'm not a play caller, Dane. Oh.
See, now here's the tough thing. You've got movement by Alta. Did they come across the line? I don't think they did.
Because you still have Tuakoi in there, Leka, and he's got enough reps under his belt. He's been playing since he's a freshman to get going.
So they will that penalty will turn them back 5 yards, be 4th and 7.
It's a lot different than 4th and 2.
Snow over the middle, and that caught. Boy, that's a nice reception by Heiner. 1st down, Westlake.
Heiner's let a few get away from him, and he said, not today. I'm going to help my quarterback out and keep us on the ball and keep this rolling. Great catch by Heiner. Way to go, young man.
Makes a big play when his offense needed him to. First down. Double linebacker blitz thrown out. Was intended there for Jenkins. He knew that heat was coming. Couldn't bring it in.
And it's got to be tough as a receiver when you hear those feet steps pitter-pattering towards you. You're just like, this is either going to be an incredible catch and I'm going to run upfield for a touchdown, or this is going to hurt for days. It's never good to hear that pitter-patter.
2nd down. Snow. Boy, he is quick to break the pocket, turning upfield, and he's close to that first down, Moose. I think going to be just a half yard short.
I love the energy he's bringing. He's that spark that Westlake hasn't had this second half. He may not be the best thrower out there, but he is a little energizer bunny, and I love to see it.
I mean,
electric.
It's quick decisions and go, right?
Yeah, he does a great job. When he breaks the pocket, he'll do one plant and up, plant his foot in the ground, and get north and south real quick.
3rd and a yard to go. Snow gives this off. Right side, first down and more for Westlake. Out of bounds inside the 40 to the 37.
This is the Westlake we saw the first half.
Yep.
They were continuous. They were getting things going. And where we'd really see if it was the Westlake of the first half would be hurry up stuff. But I don't know if they're going to do that.
I have a score update for you. Corner Canyon, start of the fourth quarter, 42-35. Gorman with the lead. Chargers going to battle tonight.
That's a tough task for anyone.
That throw on the money caught there by Fa'amusili. He's got 7 on the reception. Of course, Westlake probably grateful to not be in Corner Canyon's region this year. The realignment in 6A, Corner Canyon moving to Region 2, and Westlake sitting in Region 3.
That was a tough one for Corner Canyon because of how they changed the region so late in the game. But I think that brings us a really fun rivalry with Lehigh and Skyridge.
Yes. Yep. I felt like those two needed to be in the same region. And it's great to have both of them there with Westlake, too. Is that ball intercepted? Plucked out of the air by Ben Ramos, the senior, with the interception.
Ben Ramos, his whole family is right below us, and they are so excited. No, I think that was Bennett Coaster. Bennett Coaster was the one who had the interception.
I looked at the wrong line. Bennett, a sophomore. My apologies to the Coaster family.
6', 175. The whole Coaster family is right below us, and they are ecstatic. It's always fun to see your young son, brother, nephew coming out and making plays.
So first down, Alta. On the ground and wrapped up. Not much there for Cottis.
Man, even with the score, Westlake still putting up a fight, still trying to get to the quarterback, still trying to get some good plays. So we'll see if they can make some great moves. And it's interesting that Matt McKay is back in as well, because he was out for part of the third quarter, back in now, and he's raring to go.
Yeah, they've played 2 quarterbacks tonight. I don't know that I was expecting that from Alta, but it obviously has worked out well for him. Of course, we talked about the upcoming game for Westlake. Alta going to stay home, but they'll take on out-of-state. Legacy of Nevada will come to town. An opportunity for Alta to represent the state of Utah in an out-of-state matchup.
I always like Utah playing other states, other cities, because it shows how elite the talent is here in this state. So like Bishop Gorman, number 2 in the country. Corner Canyon is playing them, and it's like a 13-round heavyweight boxer fight.
It's important. It's important for the state to have those flagship programs go and represent. Here's McKay. He's represented tonight as he'll run ahead for a gain of 14 and a first down. It's important. You know, back in the day to have Bingham do it, to have Lone Peak do it, and now to have Corner do it. It's important for the state to have that representation on a national level, but then to be competitive in those games. And really, you can argue Bingham has been competitive. Lone Peak had their games where they were competitive. Corner was not competitive last year. This year, they are. And that's important for this state to take that next step. And who is it going to be that finally gets that marquee win? And Corner's positioned to potentially do that as soon as tonight.
There's been some marquee wins at Alta. Alta beat Grant in 2007. Oh, good tackle. Way to go. Number 42 for Westlake. We're talking about Finn Maurer. Great job.
You speak of Jordan. When, Kerr was at Jordan, they went toe-to-toe with St. John Bosco that at the time had who's the quarterback? Went to UCLA, 4-year starter, drafted by the Cardinals, 1 year. Moved off of him, went to Miami. Josh Rosen.
Oh, the chosen Rosen.
They lost by 1 to Josh Rosen. So,
yeah. But Alta beat Grant last 2 years ago. Lone Peak beat
this one jarred loose.
Noose got the juice.
Caught us, able to get back on it.
Man, Britton Covey and Timpview went and beat a team from California. Lone Peak beat a team from California.
Well,
2
and
years
East beat
ago.
De La Salle.
East beat De La Salle.
To me, that's the marquee, right? That's still the marquee. East going to De La Salle, beating them there. Not just beating them, ran for like 280 yards on De La Salle. That doesn't happen.
Well,
to me, that's still the marquee game. But
yeah, that's the crazy thing because people don't expect Utah football to come in and do that.
Right.
Like, people thought Corner Canyon would lose by like 40. I'd put this Alta team against some of those top teams. They're doing great tonight.
McKay looking deep, has a man wide open, incomplete. Boy, had an opportunity. That could have been 6, and it drops to the turf.
That was a great throw. That's what I like out of this young man. He throws a precise ball to his receivers that's completely catchable as well. I've been really impressed with Matt McKee.
Yeah, he's been really good tonight.
I mean, he's coming up to me to be one of the top quarterbacks of the 25 class. The more I watch, the more I'm like, this kid's a dog.
Yeah, I like the versatility. I mean, I knew he had an arm. I did not expect him to be as effective of a runner as he's been tonight. Penalty flags here on the play. We'll replay it. But his running attack today has been a big differentiator, in my opinion.
I believe so as well. And it makes teams have to take that into account, and it opens up passing lanes when they know that he can run as well. So this punter, he's got to work on his drop a little bit.
Explain that, Moose.
So he's putting his hand on the top of the ball, which causes the ball to, instead of float down and drop nicely, he kind of pushes it down. You'll watch, if you look at his right hand on top of the ball, he's not holding it under with 4 fingers down and 1 finger on the seam, the thumb on the seam. And it causes the drop to come not over the strike zone.
Alta, that's a better punt. High spiral.
Much better.
I'll take a bounce and be down at the 39.
He's got a good leg. He's just got to work on his drop, and some beautiful things can happen for this young man.
So Westlake corner still down. Westlake going to come out here. 2:16 to go in regulation.
Westlake has to get a touchdown here, and they have the talent to do it. What I like is Coach Ale coming out last week, getting the win. He showed that the culture is starting to build already. He's showing what he can do, and he's showing why he's such a phenomenal coach. But it's always good to get hit in the mouth and remember that. Be like, remember what happened last week. Remember what happened last year, so they have something to work for.
Snow will hand off, and Barclay here taking it up to the 44-yard line.
It looks like Westlake is just kind of getting it in, trying to get that first down so they can get on the road.
Here's the thing. You talk about a program have not had a lot of football success, and you bring in a new coach, very good coach, was great helping to get Payson built. Look, it's going to take time, right? You don't solve those things overnight. We talk about the plan and the foundation he's laying, but you're going to have some bumps along the way, and tonight's been a bump. You want to talk about a bump? There's a bump being laid by Kilgore, the senior, with a strong tackle there for Alta.
It seems like everyone on Alta can hit.
They hit hard.
My goodness. Yeah, it takes a while to establish the culture, and I think that Ale is the right man to do so for right now. I think he's done a great job at Payson. He did a great job in California. He showed what he can do, but he's not going to be playing easy teams when you're at Westlake.
No.
Payson, you can get some of those easier teams and build confidence. You're not going to play Alta and have an easy time at all.
Snow throwing out. Boy, that one just made it through. First down and more. The reception there by Mausili. Well, boy, there was a beat on that throw by that Alta DB. He just missed it.
Oh, man. Number 25, Noah Ceballos. He's coming in hot. My goodness, Noah.
Yeah,
He's like, I don't got time to build an arc. I got to get this interception.
He's looking for highlights there.
He's like, there's huddle. There's girls watching this.
Down to 20. Over the middle, not incomplete.
That is definitely a hold. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I do agree with the refs every once in a while. You can push, you can pull. You can't give the wide receiver a hug about 10 yards down the field, though. After the game, sure, dap him up. During the game, not appropriate. It reminds me of one of my favorite TV shows that I'm rewatching right now. No Touchy. Have you never seen Arrested Development?
Yes, I have. It took me a moment.
Great show from the early 2000s.
One of my favorite lines, there are dozens of us. Dozens.
There are dozens of us. Dozens.
That is a very well-written show.
Yep.
The interplay of the dialogue is top-notch. So that will move it down to the 26-yard line here for the Thunder. 13 seconds to go, maybe 2 opportunities. They've got 2 timeouts left as well. Started the game with a touchdown. They'd love to end it with one. Here's Snow. Eyes down the field, stepping up. Snow looking end zone, and that will go out of play. Question was, did he stay behind the line? He did not. Boy, and so that's going to be the way I believe that this game ends. I'm trying to remember if that's a clock runoff situation or not.
I don't believe it is, but
it is a loss of down.
I am not the rule expert. I'm listening in.
Yeah, no runoff there.
So, get a Hail Mary or a Hail Mormon or a Hail Thunder. Let's get something hailing.
Well, loss of down, doesn't matter. Last play of the game here. Unless there's a defensive penalty. Snow. And Alta trying to get the sack. Snow buys some time. Gets it away, but nobody there. And an interception to seal it. There's Ceballos with the pick. And he's looking for more. Turns it inside, and that will do it. Well, Moose, boy, what a game. Was a 1-point game at the break. A decisive third quarter. Helps lift Alta 34-6. Moose, your final thoughts and a selection of a player of the game.
There is a flag at the end of that play, so let's see what's going on with that.
Well, go ahead and give us your thoughts.
Okay, my thoughts is Alta was dominant because their favorite son came home to call this game, which is no surprise. My player of the game goes to Lenny Lapuaho, not for his dance moves, but for his defensive dominance and his running of the ball for his touchdown.
Not often we get a big man who's our player of the game, but boy, it was decisive. We talked about it. The Westlake coach said we're worried about the size of Alta, and that storyline proved to be with good reason. They were big on both sides of the line of scrimmage, O-line, D-line. Congratulations to Lenny Lapuaho as our player of the game, as the Alta special teams had a third quarter to remember, as they wanted their former kicker Moose Bingham to walk out of here with a smile. 34-6. Alta takes care of Westlake as they improve to 2-0. For Tino Psyche, Moose Bingham, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us, everyone, for our game of the week. A reminder to catch the latest storylines each week and follow your favorite high school team only on KSLSports.com. And check us out on social media as we announce our game of the week next week. Come join Moose Bingham and myself as we take you all the way to state championships only on KSLSports.com. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week.